Throughout my whole life, I always wanted to be a doctor.
Why is it important to measure that blood flow?
You get to immerse yourself in such a different culture.
Yeah, that was a very, very fun moment. Hello, friends. Thank you very much for listening to the first episode of this podcast. Our speaker today is Ana Pascual. Welcome, Ana.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. Ana Pascual is a biomedical engineering student at Universidad Politécnica de Madrid, and right now she's at MIT doing research with a fellowship that she will talk about a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and let's get started.
Okay, let's go.
So let's start with the part of professional development and education. I would like to know about why did you choose biomedical engineering as a major?
This is a story I really like to tell because I've always, throughout my whole life, I always wanted to be a doctor. I loved medicine and my mom is a doctor, so she was like very inspirational to me. But somehow during my 2 last years of high school, I started to find out that I really love math and physics. And I was thinking, wow, I want to do medicine and I want to do biology because I really liked the impact that you can have while doing medicine and helping the patients and helping save lives. But I also wanted to apply the physics and the math that I really liked, the problem solving, the challenging myself. So somehow I found out about biomedical engineering and there I am, finishing the degree.
Same undergrad.
Yes.
And so you're in Madrid, but you also did some Erasmus.
Yes.
So Erasmus is like an exchange year that you do in a university in Europe. Where did you do it?
I went to Finland, more specifically to Tampere, which is a city that's in southern Finland. It is like 2 hours or so from Helsinki. It's a really small place, well, really small. It's a small town, it's a university town, so it is filled with students. The main people there is young people. There's like a lot of Erasmus environment, a lot of parties, but also a lot of like educational events and talks, seminars. It was really fun. It was a really different culture. And I like coming back from this experience, I always recommend it to my friends. It's like you have to do an Erasmus, not only because of the fame it has, but also because it's like you get to immerse yourself in such a different culture, especially in the Nordic countries or very different countries from where you're from. But yeah, it was a really enriching experience, very cold also and very dark.
I can imagine.
But it was very fun and yeah, I really liked it.
So if there's someone listening to us that is in the second year of university, you would really recommend
Yes,
them
100%.
applying?
I think it really opens your mind as well. It's really like you learn to deal with other kinds of people that you have never dealt with. Like we are Spanish, we always say that we are the like normal people, but I feel like we're the weird ones out of the European Union. So
So we need to experience that.
exactly.
Nice. So and now, so you went back to Spain for 1 more year, and then you came here to MIT with a fellowship
Yes.
from UPM, and that's
Yes.
how we met each other.
Exactly.
Because we're in the same lab doing research. And yeah, how's MIT going for you? And what research are you doing here?
So it's been amazing. It's been like a hell of a ride this year. I am in your lab. Yes, I am doing medical devices applied to ultrasound. So what I'm doing more specifically is characterizing volumetric blood flow in the carotid artery. And well, it sounds very complicated and like I'm doing like a lot of cool stuff. Yes. But what I've been actually working on is beamforming. So basically when you have an ultrasound device, you have like multiple elements, or maybe you only have one, but in the most advanced ones and usually in the clinical ones, there are multiple elements that transmit either at the same time or with some kind of delays. And if you program those delays, you might be able to form a beam that adjusts to your needs. So I am working on adjusting that beam in a specific probe for the application that we want, which is characterizing the volumetric blood flow in the carotid artery.
And why is it important to measure that blood flow?
Oh, because it is very important indeed. Because especially for patients that have had maybe like a heart attack or also ischemic stroke or like some neurological accident or cerebrovascular problems. So it is very important to monitor it, because if that volumetric blood flow is affected, you can predict if there's like a risk of another accident or another ischemic stroke. It's a very important parameter in the cardiovascular world, and we are working on making it like available at the bedside of the patient. And it is also minimally invasive. Well, it's actually non-invasive. There's no radiation, no needles, nothing. So it is perfect for the patient and perfect for the physician to be able to monitor the vital signs of the patient.
So I guess that's why you're using ultrasound?
Exactly, yes, because of the non-invasiveness, and also because, there's no radiation, which is very important as well, but yes.
Okay, and how do you see doing research at MIT?
Oh, it's been very different
Yes.
than what I thought of. It's like you see yourself when you arrive alone, and they tell you do this, but they don't tell you how to do it. So it's
Yes.
like, oh, what am I supposed to do? But I think you find your way, and I think that's is something very important that I've learned throughout this year, to like deal with something I don't know how to do, and finding out how to do it and getting the solution. So I'm very proud of myself to have accomplished that, and that's one of the most valuable things I get out of MIT. But also the teamwork and the lab environment have been amazing, and the field that I'm researching on. So I've like throughout the whole degree, I loved biomedical images. That's the specialty track I did during my last year. So I am very happy that I get to work with biomedical imaging, biomedical signals, and also to learn a little bit more of instrumentation, which I hadn't done before. So yes, it's been very challenging, but also very fulfilling for me.
Of course, yes. I guess you got a mix of everything.
Yes.
Electronics, images,
Yes.
talk with different people about the project.
Yes, that's true.
That's an amazing environment to be. And yeah, I think we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Okay, so you're not only like doing research at MIT, you also explore different options. And 2 weeks ago, we went to Y Combinator AI Startup School. And there we learned about AI, about how to build a startup. How do you see those things that they taught us in the medical field?
I think they are very important, mostly because I think it will make physicians be able to care more for the patient and care less for the technology. So like the experiences I've had working with physicians is that they struggle a lot with technology, even the simplest things, even if for young people, because you might think like older physicians, no, it's also for the people our age that are starting to get like into patient care. So I think it will be very helpful for them. Maybe this speech to like recognition speech in AI devices that there are, so physicians can center on the listening to the patient, understanding them, maybe getting their feelings, because I feel like that's a part that AI can't do and we can. So I think it will be very helpful on that side. And also I think also AI will be very helpful in diagnosing, in medical imaging, of course, because it can see things that maybe we cannot, like patterns and that stuff. So yeah, it was a very inspiring conference, very inspiring talks, and very important people. So it was very entertaining, very interesting, and very fun as well.
Yeah, it was an amazing time that we had. Yeah. Okay. So now your time here at MIT is coming to an end. So sad that you're leaving.
Me too.
Yes, and you're finishing your undergrad now. So what are you going to do this September?
So maybe, I don't know, maybe it was the San Francisco thing, but I think it came from before. But I am going to start a master's in machine learning applied to healthcare at Universidad Carlos III de Madrid. And I am very excited for it. I am really excited to start working with AI, neural networks, deep learning, machine learning. I've never worked with that, so I think it's going to be very fun and very challenging as well. So yeah, it's going to be a year, and after that, we will see what happens.
Nice. Are you excited?
I am very excited. I am also looking forward to go back to Spain a little bit. Boston is very nice, but there's nothing like Spain.
Yeah. Yes. So after your master's, what would be your dream job?
I don't know yet. I am open to anything. I think if you ask me right now, which you are, I would love to do a PhD. I would really like to continue in the research world and like trying to be useful to people, inventing cool stuff, and also very useful stuff that can help save lives or improve patients' life, improve quality of life is also very important. So yeah, I would like to do a PhD either here or in Europe. But if not, I would also like I would continue on the research side, but maybe on the research side of the industry. So yeah, I would love to continue on this medical device world, but I hopefully doing a PhD. But if not, I would be happy in the industry, and of course, I am open to anything. So if there's this amazing opportunity that comes along and maybe changes the way I see my career, I would take it. I am not afraid of changing paths. So
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so here ends the professional part of the podcast. Now we're going to enter a bit on a more personal part. So yeah, so you talked about MIT from the research part, which is amazing. But how has MIT been for you on the more personal side?
it's been amazing as well. I've met amazing people, wonderful people that I hope to keep my whole life. It's been very interesting to meet all like these new students that work on very interesting stuff, like from medical devices like us to fusion and plasma, and also like astrophysics. It's very interesting, very exciting, and fun to learn about everyone's research. And also, it's been I am very proud to see that there's a huge Spanish community here. We are part of Spain at MIT. We're
Yes.
both part of the board, and we organize a lot of events, which is also really fun because I didn't expect MIT to have like such a fun part of events, free food, and like learning different cultures. Because as well as there's Spain at MIT, there's Italian, French, Greek people. So it's been really fun. I'm also part of the women's volleyball team, so there's also the sports part, which I appreciate a lot because it has helped me to keep moving and doing sport on the healthy side. But yeah, it's been really fun. I love the people I've met. Like I've met you, for example, so it's been really cool. And yes, I hope to like keep in contact, and I hope to keep like the friendships I made here throughout my whole life.
Yeah, I guess it's about building community and finding people that either work on the same things as you do or completely different things, and you can also learn a lot
Exactly.
from them. And how do you see like the people here, the relationships with them? Do you think they help you or?
Yes, I think that this is a really like collaborating community. People like to collaborate with each other, even if the research field is completely different, which amazes me as well. But yeah, you would also think about the competitiveness of the such like a prestigious environment, but there's like zero of that. So that's really really cool, and you also learn that there's like no competition. Like the competition isn't the main part, but the collaborating to make people's lives better, to make some cool technology and development, and also to like brainstorm. And you see that from collaboration come out the best ideas. And also in the entrepreneurship part, you see that people collaborate between each other, and you see that from strangers, like in the MIT hacking marathon, you like team up with complete strangers, and out of collaboration a lot of really cool ideas come out. So yeah, that's what I take from MIT as well, the collaborating community and the environment.
Yeah, I think that's a very strong part about MIT. And you've also had the opportunity to show your research to friends and family through the Real Colegio Complutense. How was that experience?
It was really fun. I really liked it. I also really liked doing it with you. It was, I think it was quite challenging at first to think about, okay, so I'm doing like this important research and I have to show it to people who maybe don't understand a lot, but I also don't want to keep from being technical because I wanted to explain in detail what I was doing. I am proud of what I'm doing, so
Of course,
I didn't want to keep it simple. But yeah, it was very enriching. For me, it's like plus experience of talking in front of a public and explaining my ideas and being clear, because I had to make everyone understand what the beamforming was, the instrumentation part, the Doppler effect, why is it important to measure volumetric blood flow. And I think that's also very important to communicate your results and to make people understand what you are communicating, because if as like you can discover penicillin or you can discover the most important thing in the world, but if people don't understand and don't get it and don't listen to you, it's worthless. So it was very fun and very enriching, and maybe in a near future I can do it again.
Yeah, of course, with your latest findings. And it was also amazing to share it with you. And it's important to communicate and show the world what you're doing. Yeah. So then some more personal questions. I would like to know if you have any role model.
I think I have a lot of role models, like my mom and my dad for sure. I look up to them. My mom is like this really hardworking person that she has been her whole life. She's a doctor. She helps people. She's so nice, like to everyone. She gives her fullest to us, to my brother and I as well, but also my father, because he's overcome like a lot of obstacles, and he's so easygoing. He's so fun in their relationship parts, and I want to be like him in that part of life. But also I think I look up to a lot of people that I've met here, especially you, because you've guided me like all along since the beginning. Like from the application, you've been like so nice to me. Like I was like, I want to be like Isabella.
Thank you.
But also to like our PI, for example, and to our lab mates. They're all like so hardworking, so centered in the science as well, and they keep the focus where it has to be, which is also really interesting. But yes.
Yeah, I can definitely see that you're a mix of your parents, and then this is the perfect environment to be. So hopefully you can be here next year, not the following years.
I hope so.
Yes. So talking about the future, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Wow, 5 years. I don't know. Hopefully finishing a PhD, because I think by that point I can be finishing it. But we will see. If not,
somewhere there.
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere in the middle towards finishing it. But if not, I see myself in the industry, making some impactful research, like trying to improve people's lives, or I don't know, maybe also traveling a lot. I want to travel. I want to do the Bali traveling.
Classic.
Yeah, but no, yeah, of course, doing some impactful research or working for some product that helps improve people's lives, and yes.
Or even with your own startup, who knows?
Oh yeah, of course, who knows.
Okay, and talking about traveling, what's like one of the best trips that you have done?
Oh, this is a really hard question.
Difficult to choose one.
Yes, the San Francisco trip was really nice because it had like the part of being tourists and seeing San Francisco, of course, and then the part of the conference, which was very interesting. But I don't know, I'd say I also really like that trip I did to Norway with my friends. We saw like the south of Norway. We did a road trip from Oslo to Bergen and back, but in two different ways. And so, for example, in the middle, we stopped by one of I think it was the narrowest fjord on Earth. So it was so big. Everything was so big, like upwards, and then very narrow. And we got to see the village that inspired the village in Frozen.
I love
So
Frozen,
it was very nice. So a fun fact is that you can only get there by boat. So I don't know who saw that village that inspired them to do Frozen, but thank you. It was very, very fun.
and beautiful, I guess.
Yes, it was very, very beautiful. It was all green, and it was also very curious because you didn't see the sea, but you were on the sea because it's salty water.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun. We also did like this 30-kilometer walk to a rock that was like hanging on top of a fjord, and the views were amazing. And it was also covered in snow in the middle of May, which was
Mixed feelings
difficult.
about that.
Yeah, exactly. But it was really beautiful as well. And also, like, the Norwegian culture is incredible. They are so nice and so calm at the same time. It's very different from Spain. It's very different from here, from the US, and also very different from Finland as well. And they are very close to each other. It is a beautiful country. It has delicious fish, by the way. But yeah, it was I think for me it was a very different trip from the ones I had done previously. So it maybe changed something in me.
Wow, I've never been there, so
I
it's
recommend
definitely
it.
in my list.
Yes.
Nice. So, because this podcast is about friendship and about sharing moments with friends, what is friendship for you?
Oh wow. I think friendship is loyalty above all, but also respect for your friend. So I think that friends have to tell each other what's good and what's bad, of course, be there in the bad moments and be there in the good moments, but with respect, always with respect for the other person. So do everything you do out of respect and out of loyalty, of course, and also be fun. You have to be
Always.
able to laugh with your friends as well. So spend some fun moments, do some cool plans, and also be there for the important ones, the
Yeah.
good and the bad ones.
That's important. That's very beautiful to say. All right. So now there's another section of the podcast, which is quick questions that you need to answer in a few words,
Okay.
one or two. Or so I'm going to start rapidly. Okay. So what's your favorite book?
The House of Spirits by Isabel Allende.
What's your favorite movie?
Mamma Mia.
What does being successful mean to you?
Being useful.
Okay. And what's the best memory that we have together?
Oh, I think that's the hardest question of the podcast. But there are so many. The trip to San Francisco was really nice, but I just remembered. Do you remember in the? I think it was the folkloric dance party we did at Spain at MIT.
I remember.
Learning to dance flamenco with you was very fun.
I don't know if I was laughing at me or
No.
with each other.
We
But
were
it was
both
very
really
fun.
bad.
Yes.
But it was very
It's
fun.
not our thing.
No, they're not, definitely. Let's stay in medical devices.
Yes, better.
Yes.
But yeah, well, yeah, that was a very, very fun moment.
It was.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this year with you in the lab, doing fun plans together and little trips also. So this was the last question of the podcast. It was very interesting to hear your views, both from your education and future professional work, and also lifelong memories that you shared with us. Thank you very much for opening up.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, thank you for coming here. I hope you also enjoyed the podcast.
I enjoyed a lot, as always, talking to you.
Okay, and thank you everybody for listening to it. And that's it for now. Thank you very much, and bye bye.